Hey there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you. Hopefully you're having a great day on this Wednesday afternoon and going into Wednesday evening. We've got a big weather change on the way, a couple of things going on. Cold air is about to move in and settle in. We're not likely to have a ton of warm weather over the next couple of days and probably not even the next couple of weeks. So with this, we have some wind chills to talk about for the next couple of days, then a couple of winter concerns or opportunities, depending on your point of view, going into Saturday and Sunday here in the Carolinas. So we'll be fine-tuning those details over the next couple of days. But thanks for being here with us. Let's get right to it. So we're taking a look at wind and cold air moving in. This is part of a cold front moving toward the Carolinas as we go into tonight. Now, it's not here yet, but it'll get here. And when it does, tomorrow morning, into the day on Friday as well, we're going to see wind chills that are just pretty nasty. So in that 10 to 20 degree range is what it's going to feel like starting tomorrow morning, lingering all the way through Friday morning. So this is kind of a couple of days where you might want to spend a lot of time inside if you have the luxury or the opportunity to do it. Warmest clothes at the minimum for sure. Like I said, though, it's really not cold right now. Everything's okay outside. We're still hovering right around 49 to 50 degrees. So we're in good shape at the moment. Now, I am watching the cold front, and you can see it pretty plainly out to the west of us here. So take a look here. Scattered rain showers are moving through Alabama and Tennessee. And something that we will keep an eye on over the night tonight will be those North Carolina mountains. So right now there's not really too much snow falling, but it should start. In fact, right now it looks like we might actually be starting to see some of this. That's a live camera at Beech Mountain, North Carolina. Of course, it's always difficult to tell because at the top of Beech Mountain, they're doing a couple of things. They're making snow whenever the temperature allows for it, so it's hard to tell the difference sometimes. Here's another camera from Blowing Rock, the cute little village up there in Watauga County. They are looking like there might be a couple of drips on the camera, so we might be starting to see perhaps a little bit of rain, which will transition into snow. They're definitely going to get some snow up there tonight in the high country, but for us, anything that falls this evening, as we've seen already today, it's going to fall as some rain. So just a couple of scattered showers here or there, and that will about do it. Now, like I said, overnight tonight, the temperature's dropping. So right now it's in the upper 40s. We'll stay pretty mild through about midnight. But after that, the rock falls, and we will be looking at some pretty tough wind chills. So when I put this up here, the top number is the temperature. The bottom one is the wind chill. So when you're looking at that, keep an eye on just how long it stays cold around the area. So again, no big problems around midnight tonight, but tomorrow morning, that's what you're waking up to. A combination of the cold air and the gusty winds are going to make it feel really cold. So wind chills below zero in the North Carolina mountains. Of course, it's colder up there. But even for us, if you're in Winston-Salem, it's feeling like 17 tomorrow morning. Greensboro, feeling like 15. Burlington, same idea. So you kind of get the thing that we're dealing with here is that wind combined with the cold air. And this is impressive, too. Even tomorrow afternoon, this is 2 o'clock, full sunshine, still feeling like the mid-20s. And a lot of that has to do with the gusty winds. It is the cold air as well, of course, but the gusty winds are kind of the 1-2 punch with this. So looking at tonight and tomorrow morning, winds will be highest in the mountains, but even gusty around here. And then throughout the daytime tomorrow, we'll wind it back just a little bit more. You can see how those winds will be gusting around 30 miles per hour for your Thursday. So it really feels cold all throughout tomorrow, and lingering a little bit into the day on Friday as well. So wind chills are a big deal and a big factor in our forecast. Now, after that, that's when we'll start to turn our attention to a couple of other things. So all of this is happening because of a cold front moving through the area. When the cold front moves through, cold air and the wind start to settle up. And that's going to be what we have to deal with through tomorrow and into the day on Friday. Now, after that, we actually get a brief opportunity to warm up a little bit. So looking into Friday, it starts out really, really cold. It'll be around 18 degrees on the thermometer Friday morning. But here's a little bit of a southwest wind, and that should allow us to push back into the 40s. And then by Saturday, we could actually be in the upper 40s. But here's the kicker. There's another cold front up in the Midwest, and that sliding in for the weekend, that could set the stage for a couple more opportunities for wintry weather. Okay, so a couple of the main things that we're watching. The wind chills are number one. Number two is going to be a brief mixture of rain and wet snow Saturday morning. And that's mostly for our communities in the foothills. So I'm thinking about like Surrey County, Stokes, Yadkin, and Wilkes. Those areas have an opportunity to get maybe a couple of hours of a wet snow mixture. So let's keep an eye on that. The rest of us in the Piedmont would just see a couple of rain showers, but that's the next thing we'll watch. Beyond that, we have Sunday opportunities, and that's where things have changed a bit compared to yesterday. Now we're seeing more models start to glob onto the idea that we might have a wintry chance. So I'll show you the Saturday concern first, or the opportunity, like I said, depending on your point of view. So here's early morning on Saturday, and then here's right around 7 o'clock. So at that point, notice our temperatures aren't terribly cold. We're in the low 30s in the foothills and the mountains, upper 30s in the Triad. So yeah, cold enough to mix with wet snow in places, and I wouldn't rule out some snowflakes anywhere, but all of this probably wouldn't stick all that much and wouldn't have much of an impact. But still, anytime snow flies in the air, it's a headline around here with good reason. 6 a.m. to 12 on Saturday, that's something to keep an eye on. So that's the Saturday system. Beyond that, we're going to start to talk about winter weather wisdom, okay? We have a system on Sunday trying to take shape with low pressure somewhere offshore and cold air somewhere in the Carolinas. And so with that, it presents the opportunity of occasionally making yourselves a really good snow event. Now, if you like snow, for our area, you usually want to see path number 2. That tends to give us the best combination of cold air and moisture. Number 3 is no good. That usually gets us mixed precipitation, iciness, and those things. Number 1, usually too dry. Right now, the models just don't agree on which path it'll be and which one it'll take. So we have a little ways to go, in fact, a long way to go before we figure out what's going on. But I'll show you this before I show you the 7-day. A lot of differences. Some models keep it out east, others put it over us, but there's at least a chance of snow going into Sunday, and we'll be working hard to figure out those details over the next couple of days. Here's a 7-day forecast. As of now, we'll keep it cold, dry for tomorrow, for Friday. As far as the weekend goes, Saturday has that potential of a couple hours of mixed bag in the foothills, and then Sunday, could it become a snow event? It could. We'll be tracking it more in just about 2 minutes.